That divisional lead for New York is now just 3.5 games. How significant was this series in Atlanta this week between the Braves and the Amazons?
It was the only thing that kept them alive, theoretically, in winning the division. And you can put the loss last night squarely, in my opinion, on Buck Showalter's shoulders. If you follow me on Twitter, at Mark Zinno, I tweeted out as soon as he pulled DeGrom, I said, this is a ballsy move, pulling your starter against the Braves' most dangerous hitter at that point in Michael Harris. Oh, by the way, if you didn't know, Michael Harris was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts against DeGrom, and you pulled him for Seth Lugo, at which point he promptly hits a double in the gap and scores the go-ahead run. I mean, look, that's the spot where your best pitcher, who is Jacob DeGrom, should have the ball in his hands. I just thought it was way open to second guessing. I would have rather lost and made him beat DeGrom than anybody else on that team other than Edwin Diaz, and you weren't bringing Edwin Diaz in the top of the 7th inning. So from that standpoint, you know, I think Buck Showalter did the Braves a little bit of a favor and gave him a gift. Now, that said, 6 games, Ben, is sort of the line of demarcation you have to be within for the last 2.5 weeks of the season to make up, in my opinion. If you can play 666 baseball the last 2 weeks, let's call it 12 games, 13 games, 8-4, 9-4, and you get the team that you're ahead of, the team that's in front of you to play, 400 baseball, which is basically going like 5-9 in that stretch, or 5-8, you're going to overtake them. So you got to be within 6 games. And the fact that the Braves now have this down to 3.5 is incredible, given that they were still a 10.5 behind on Memorial Day weekend. They ballooned back up to 7.5 at one point earlier this month, and they are right now where they need to be. And they really showed the Mets that they can hang with them. Like, the Mets might have had a mental edge after taking 4-5 at Citi Field, but the Braves sort of took it right back and reminded them who the defending champs are.